Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Ben from the Be a Photographer YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to show you how to add a gradient to the background of your image to give it a little bit more pop. This works really well if you're using it as some sort of social media post or just trying to add a little bit of style and flair to your shots. So let me show you two examples. Firstly, we have this shot that I did in studio. You can see that we have a simple background here, and then I added a hue background layer. So you can see we have a gradient, it's got purple at the top and then kind of a red color at the bottom. So that way it goes the opposite of the outfit. And then here in this photo of Montana, which I'm going to drop into Photoshop, you can see we have a layer that basically adds a little bit more gold and blue into the foreground and background. So that way it pops with her jacket and her hair color. And if we wanted, we can invert this however we want and change the colors as well. So let me walk you through how to do this. I'm going to show you on this photo of Montana because it's a little bit harder with outdoor photos, and you can use this on product photography, automotive, portraits. Even if you have multiple people or products in your shot, you can use this. So I'm going to show you on this example. First, what I'm going to do is click W for the magic wand tool. And then what I'm going to do is let Photoshop take care of most of the work. I'm going to hit select subject up here. And you can see in just about 3 seconds, it selected most of Montana perfectly with the marching ants. So it selected the pants here, a little bit of the fence. So if we want to get rid of that, we just hold Alt and then it will close. It will do a subtraction lasso. We hold Command to close that and it removes the selection. You can see it did actually a great job around her face, the ear, her hair here. And the only thing it really didn't add is this shoe. We're going to hold Shift and you can see that that adds the addition symbol next to the lasso tool. So we are going to click with our lasso tool and quickly do a rough selection around the shoe. Once you have your points selected, you just hold Command to close off that loop, and now you can see the marching ants are added around into that selection for this shoe. I'm simply going to feather this a little bit, so in the help menu you can type feather or hit Shift F5. We'll feather it about 10 pixels, and you can see now we have a pretty decent selection. What I'm going to do next is hit the button for a new layer, and I'm going to call this gradient. And since we have the marching ants path, I'm just going to hit layer mask right there, and you'll see that it's selected white on Montana. So whatever color we add is only going to be there. But I want it to be on the background and not on the subject, so we're simply going to hit Command I, and that will invert it, and now you can see it's white around Montana in the background and foreground, which means that's where the effect will take place. Now we have to select our actual gradient colors. To do so, hit the color palette swatch here. So where it's black, that's the kind of top color. I'm going to select a sample from her hair. So it's going to grab this kind of golden color here. And then I'm going to select the secondary color, which is on the bottom, and I'm going to select a blue from her jacket. I could select a lighter blue here, or I could go with a darker blue on the inside. And I'm going to go with a darker blue just to show you more of an exaggerated example. Now you can see I press G for the gradient tool, which is down here. And then I'm simply going to go from the top left to the bottom right. And you'll see now we have a split that goes from that orangish color in her hair to the blue of the jacket here. Now, this looks really strange because it's going all over the place, right? I mean, it's on the entire background. Yes, she's cut out, but it's way too strong. So what we can do is change our layer blend mode either to soft light, or what I recommend to be hue, or rather color. And then you can see that now the gradient is added to the background, and we have this golden color of the hair in the back, and we have the blue on the fence here. If we wanted to tone it down, we could just take the opacity and go down to the left a little bit. And if we wanted, we could even invert the colors by hitting Command I to see what it would look like with the gold here on this side. So you can see the gold is now split by the blue jacket, and then the blue is split between the blue jacket here by the golden hair. So I actually like it like this a little bit more, and I think that looks pretty good. So you can see we now added a gradient for some color styling in maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Now we're going to do this on the studio image as well. So I'm going to do my selection. And so I already have that done. Again, I can show you really quick. All I did was use the magic selection tool. So magic wand, hit select subject. You can see in the studio it actually does really well. And again, I'm going to go to feather, 10 pixels, boom, that's done. And we're going to hit new layer, call that gradient, and do a layer mask on that layer. Select Command I to invert it. And now we can select our colors. So I'm going to go with red for the hat. So we're going to select a red. Whoops, not on our layer mask, but we're going to select red from this layer. So there we go, we have red. And then I'm going to do a purple from this top and go back to my gradient layer, and I can simply slide the gradient tool down like that, and now we have a red to purple gradient. I want to flip it over, so I'm going to unlink it here and just do a rotation of 180 degrees. There you go. And now we have our gradient background in place. Simply change it to color on our blend mode, bring the saturation down a tiny bit, and there we have it. Now we have a subtle gradient backdrop instead of just the pure mango peach. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you learned something, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe for more videos. I'll have Photoshop, photography, and Capture One tutorials coming out. And if you have a video request, leave it in a comment below. Thanks for watching. Peace.